A very lovely afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us. It is nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I am Ogochkuka Ona. Motorists nationwide are set to benefit from improved, high-quality road infrastructure. A development expected to boost economic activities and enhance national prosperity. Usman Zubair reports that this assurance was reiterated during a national media tour organized by the Federal Ministry of Works to assess the progress of ongoing road projects across the Northwest region.
The national media tour cutting across the 6 geopolitical zones is aimed at showcasing and evaluating ongoing federal road projects while highlighting achievements under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewable agenda. The inspection focused on the commissioning of emergency intervention roads as well as engagement with the media, engineers and local stakeholders. During the tour, the team visited Section 2 of the Abuja-Kaduna-Kano Expressway, an ongoing project funded through direct tax intervention. Work on the section is progressing steadily and is expected to be completed by the end of 2026.
They have tried their best. They want to make the road active for us. So we thank God for government as they remember the road for us.
We want to appreciate this effort along Abuja-Kaduna. I can assure you in the next 1 year or two, that road will be a thing of the past.
Other projects inspected include construction of the Kaduna Western Bypass toll carriageway, which has reached 28% completion. The completed 4.5-kilometer Tapansani Road in Makafi local government area, the construction of the Wusasa-Jos Road via Torunku, and the dualization of the Zaria-Funtua-Gusau-Sokoto Road section, one among key federal roads.
Thank His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as well as the Minister of Works Engineer Dave Uweze-Mayi, for the wonderful job they are doing in Northwest.
Use of reinforced concrete, he said, to ensure durability and cost effectiveness, assuring that all ongoing projects will stand the test of time. The team is expected to inspect additional federal roads projects across the region. Usman Zubair, NTA News.
An Ogun State Chief Magistrate Court sitting in Shagamu has adjourned the trial of Anthony Joshua's driver, Adeniyi Abiodun Kayode, to the 25th of February 2026 to allow the Attorney General of Ogun State to give legal advice. Chief Magistrate Olufumayo Somefun gave the order at the resumed hearing of the matter. Yemi Dalemo completes the report.
The defendant was arraigned on 4-count charge, which includes that he drove in a manner dangerous to members of the public, resulting in a fatal accident causing the untimely death of 2 persons, reckless driving, negligence, and being at a speed without care and attention and reasonable consideration of other road users, which caused injuries to the British heavyweight boxer Anthony Joshua, and the suspect drove without a national driver's license. At the resumed hearing of the matter, the prosecution counsel Richard Nijime informed the court that he will be calling 4 witnesses, 3 of whom were present in court, but begged the court for an adjournment to allow him send the case file to the State Attorney General for legal advice. The defense counsel Olalekun Abiodun objected to the application, noting that the matter is for definite hearing and that the prosecution have ample time to have transferred the case file to the State Attorney General.
Adjournment cannot be made on a platter of gold, and it cannot be made by the way. You must have a reasonable ground.
The Chief Magistrate Olufumilayo Somefun, in a ruling, explained that justice is tripartite and ordered the prosecution to transfer the case file to the Attorney General of the state to render legal advice. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
Kwara State government recently revitalized 83 primary healthcare centers across the 16 local government areas of the state. The revitalization includes infrastructural development and improved facilities, making it easier for expectant mothers and children in the nooks and crannies of the state to have easy access to basic healthcare services. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya takes a look at the impact of the primary healthcare centers since their revitalization.
The reality of the revitalized 83 basic primary healthcare centers across the 16 local government areas of Kwara State was made possible through funding from the Kwara State government and the World Bank-supported Impact Project, the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, as well as the Leadership Challenge, which Kwara State won. Basic healthcare centers in Pakata and Oloje, both in Ilorin West local government area of Kwara State, were part of the 83 revitalized primary healthcare centers across Kwara State. This transformation goes beyond the building, as the upgraded facilities have breathed new life into the centers, leading to a remarkable increase in patient turnout.
Here we have more of experienced staff here more than the private hospital.
See the way they are attending to person and it's making it make sense, and they always try their best.
Now this place that they use every time, but no trouble.
Today, Kwara State has recorded over 722,000 outpatient visits to its primary healthcare centers, which is a sharp contrast to the low patronage of the past.
I would expect there is oversight from the community, take ownership. Of course, from the part of the government, we are also going to ensure that there are funding set aside for maintenance.
Before this construction, the environment is not good like this. So we thank our federal government and the state government.
For us in Ilorin West, generally in Kwara State, it has contributed positively a lot to the situation and the condition of our healthcare.
Kwara's approach stands as a model other states can follow, contributing meaningfully to national efforts to reduce maternal mortality to the barest minimum. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya, NTA News.
A model for others to follow. Let's now rejoin Aisha Abubakar Yahaya live at one of the revitalized centers to tell us more. So Aisha, yes, I can see you. Let's get a more detailed information about the current state of the primary healthcare centers and give us a picture of what they were before now.
Hello, yes, thank you, Ogochikuka. I am standing right within the premises of one of the revitalized primary healthcare centers in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, by the state government. And I can say the facilities here are of high standard. In addition to the improvement in healthcare facilities, the state government has also engaged in the recruitment of more personnel into the health force. These facilities have been renovated to standards such that pregnant women will no longer need to travel long distances to access antenatal care and safe delivery services, while children will also receive timely immunizations and treatment for childhood illnesses. Youth, on the other hand, will also have access to reproductive health information services, and the elderly can now receive care for chronic conditions closer to their homes. This clearly shows that Kwara State government is committed to giving quality healthcare services to every citizen of the state, regardless of where they live. The state government's provision of healthcare facilities, which is impacting the lives of many residents of the state, is in line with the federal government's numerous measures to reduce maternal mortality to the barest minimum.
Cha, thank you very much, and I believe this is one of the basic needs the people need, and if government can provide, there will be no problem. Thank you very much. We'll keep a tab on that to get more information on how operations are going on at the primary healthcare centers. Thank you for your contribution. And now, following observed gaps in the health sector in Akwa Ibom State that led to avoidable deaths, the state government took a bold step to rejig its health sector through an emergency policy. While some residents are applauding the visible impact of the state emergency, health practitioners are calling for effective collaboration with federal health facilities in the states. Let's get details from Clement Barikwe.
They have new medicine finally. Oh, God, oh, doctor was not on seat. Oh.
An incident of August 2025 at the General Hospital Ikarakpene claimed the life of a mother and her unborn child, prompting Governor Umoino to declare a state of emergency in the health sector. The 12-month state of emergency involved unveiling far-reaching reforms to strengthen healthcare delivery and ensure affordable medical care for all citizens. Within the period of emergency, the state government is paying particular attention to facility upgrade and manpower. Residents of Uyo are happy the government is now focusing more on the very basic needs of the people.
At least it helps to take a lot of issues that went wrong in the healthcare sector.
But once health is taken care of, then you are building an optimum population.
And one that happens to be in one particular hospital that is realized the equipments are there. The kind of doctors you're looking at for are there.
At the front burner in actualizing the health emergency policy is collaboration with both private and federal health institutions.
The governor supported us, and I'm very grateful to him. And there's a lot of room for collaboration.
With about 8 months left to end the emergency regime in the health sector in Akwa Ibom State, expectations are high among residents in the areas of affordable and easy access to quality health care. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
All right, still appraising health emergency declaration. We earlier saw a report from Kwara State and now in Akwa Ibom State after 4 months. Let's now link up with Clement Barikui in Uyo to tell us more on this. Clement, let's hear you.
Thank you so much. The state of emergency in the health sector came after the government reviewed the state's healthcare development roadmap. This review helped the government to know the specific areas that needs urgent attention. And this led to key directives under the emergency, including an expanded upgrade of medical facilities across the state. As we speak, many primary healthcare centers have been renovated, while some work is still ongoing. And so it is expected that at the end of the emergency, almost at least 80 to 90% of primary healthcare centers in the state will be renovated and equipped with state-of-the-art facilities. Added to this is the recruitment of health personnel. So the process of recruiting 2,000 health personnel is almost at the final stage. Upgrade of health training institutions is another key area under the emergency regime. The state health insurance scheme has been reactivated and is working effectively. As we speak, over 100,000 persons have enrolled into the scheme, particularly civil servants. And residents are very hopeful that at the end of this 12-month emergency rule in the health sector, the health sector in the state will be better for it.
All right, Clement, and back here in Abuja, the Environmental Health Council of Nigeria is raising a national alarm on the rising burden of diseases from greenhouse gas emissions and pollution. At a press briefing in Abuja, the registrar declares a public health emergency on environmental diseases. Shehu Mohammed Dati reports.
Nigeria has reclassified air pollution as a national threat, triggering a multi-agency task force. Rising preventable death, healthcare costs, and loss of productivity drove this move.
Our failure to act decisively now will place an unbearable burden on our healthcare system and compromise our national development.
Induced escalating healthcare costs and loss of productive human capital were among reasons necessitating the state of emergency. Key actions include declaring a national environmental public health emergency, regulatory enforcement, and monitoring.
This initiative will be implemented in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Environment, the National Environmental Standard and Regulation Enforcement Agency, NESFEA, the National Council on Climate Change, NCC, and other regulatory enforcement agencies.
As Nigeria navigates this emergency, the goal is clear: progress without compromising citizens' health. In Abuja, Show Muhammad Datti, NTA News.
Adejoke Odeka is in Lagos for more reports on Nationwide this afternoon. Hello, Adejoke.
Thank you, Ogochukuka, and welcome to Lagos. Economic experts have projected a 40 to 40% growth in the Nigerian exchange in 2026, given the impressive performance that has the market exceed the 1 trillion naira capitalization mark. Amaka Owo reports.
The Nigerian exchange crossed the historic 100 trillion naira market capitalization mark. Industry experts attribute the significant milestone to the economic reforms of the present administration, which they described as a catalyst that has attracted economic growth and continues to boost investors' confidence.
Business momentum is coming back. They can now price their products better, and they can then see more growth, and as a consequence, more profits dropping down for shareholders. And that momentum has led us to project that for 2026, on a base case scenario, we expect the market to do about 40-41% growth, so which is quite impressive if you compare to how markets should normally grow. On an upside scenario, if we think that there is enough ingredients in the economy and the central bank, the monetary policy environment to turbocharge the market, we could see, the upside we are, projecting is 80%.
We have seen a lot of transactions, both from foreign investors and from domestic investors in the capital market. We have seen what has happened to our portfolio flows. It has been significant, and it has, helped to, strengthen the currency, stabilize the economy, improve our reserves.
Investors are still confident, particularly institutional investors, because those are the ones that have been driving the stock market. In the Nigerian stock market, it just shows that there's a lot of opportunity there, particularly for returns. Good performance for the stock market. We'd like to see more. There's something that I would like to see a lot more going forward, is a lot more listing.
The Nigerian exchange had the all-share index closed in 2025 at 51.19% returns, higher than the 37.65% recorded in 2024. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
And away from that, to align Nigeria's education system with global standards for 21st century learning, premised on practical skills, digital literacy, entrepreneurship, and phase out rote memorization, the federal government introduced new academic curriculum which took effect in the 2025 to 2026 academic calendar. Larry Bile highlights some of its key changes.
The goal of the new education curriculum is to reduce subject overload, emphasize vocational and digital skills that will reposition Nigerian students to be more in tune with the digital global learning standards. Some of the key changes are mandatory skill and trade subjects now introduced at the basic level, including solar installation, GSM repairs, plumbing, and other skill-developing curricula. There is also digital literacy, where subjects such as coding, robotics, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity are now core components. According to the new curriculum, senior secondary students will focus on sciences, humanities, arts, and business or commercial. History has also been restored as a compulsory subject at both primary and secondary levels.
It makes learning more interesting. When students do practical work, they enjoy it the more. Then again, it reduces dependence on white-collar jobs. And where are the jobs nowadays, if I may say? So it even makes the students to be employers of labor.
Make everybody have that sense of belonging, that no matter that change we might witness in a political setting, this remains a national issue that all concerned must be committed to sustain.
Stakeholders in the nation's education system were describing it as the right step to take in revamping the country's education. Calls for constant monitoring, inspection, and retraining of teachers. In Lagos, Larry Bilei, NTA News.
Those are the reports from Lagos. Nationwide continues in...
That you could stay, and a warm welcome to Makudi. I'm Charles Haber. Let's start with infrastructure, where the Benue state government says it remains committed to providing logistics and compensating property owners affected by the dualization of the Makudi-Otukpo 9th Mile Road construction project. Deputy Governor Sam Ode reaffirmed this while briefing newsmen after inspecting the phase 2 of the project in Otukpo local government area. Simbiat Agbaji tells us more.
The project is a game changer not only for the Idoma people, but for many who travel the route and have suffered for years due to the abandoned road. Deputy Governor Sam Ode, after the inspection of the progress made so far, revealed that Benue State government has partnered with the federal government to cover compensation costs for the Wurukum-Orokam road stretch in billions of naira. He commended the Ministry of Works for accepting Governor Hyacinth Alia's appeal to redirect the company handling the project to Otukpo Township, with the Comptroller of Works assuring its completion in June.
Concrete drainages are already being constructed. Some of the issues which are impeding the fast track of this work, like the relocation of the public utilities, the overhead works we are seeing, the water pipes that we are seeing. The Commissioner of Water Resources is also with me on this team, and we are going to make sure that in the next 2 weeks, we relocate all the pipelines that are impeding the smooth construction of this job.
The site manager, Don Honje, representing the contractor, highlighted some challenges but assured the Deputy Governor that the road in Otukpo town will be completed in record time. Completion of the project is expected to boost economic activities and ease transportation in the region. From Otukpo local government area, Simbiat Agbaji, NTA News.
And a report from the social platform says the Nigerian Army School of Military Engineering, NASME Makudi, has celebrated its 2025 West African Social Activities, WASA, with a renewed recommitment to eliminating criminal elements and the protection of lives and property of Nigerians. Blessing Omeche Ebute has details.
So, this song.
West African Social Activities, popularly known as WASA, is an annual event celebrated by military institutions in West Africa, including the Nigerian Army. The event is designed to promote cultural heritage, foster camaraderie, and strengthen the bonds among military personnel and their families. The Nigerian Army School of Military Engineering, NASME Makudi 2025 WASA, featured various activities such as cultural performances, sports competitions, and exhibitions that showcase the diverse traditions of the soldiers and their families.
I therefore urge all officers and soldiers of Nigerian Army School of Military Engineering and Nigerian Army College of Environmental Science and Technology to continue to be disciplined, loyal, and law-abiding.
Guest of honor, Brigadier General John Atong Kwera, retired, commended the military personnel and their families for their resilience and support, while calling on officers and men of the Nigerian Army not to relent in their onslaught against criminal elements.
They who are serving now need to be so committed, because the enemy is getting closer, and it is the duty of the soldiers to get rid of those enemies and leave the country happy and joyous.
Awards of recognition were given to outstanding personnel who distinguished themselves in the outgone year. The event came to a climax with the beating of the retreat, signifying the end of a training year and the lighting of the bonfire. In Makudi, Blessing Omeche Ebute, NTA News.
That report on WASA rounds off our contribution from Makudi. Ogochukwuka, it is back to you in Abuja.
Thank you, Charles. The federal government has laid out plans on job creation and jobs opportunities for its young population. This was when the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, was speaking at the Africa Jobs Engine panel on the margins of the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. Yusuf Tuga pointed out to the panel government's approach by focusing on macroeconomic stability to attract private investment. The goal, he said, is to create clear paths for the private sector, which he called the primary engine of job creation. The minister noted emerging local industries that are turning raw materials into finished goods, creating opportunities for youth and women. He also highlighted Nigeria's upcoming hosting of a West Africa Economic Summit aimed at helping businesses leverage regional trade opportunities. The minister concluded by reaffirming Nigeria's commitment to its reforms with the aim of making the country a platform for job growth across Africa. He also cautioned that the African Continental Free Trade Zone must stay focused on its core goal of economic integration. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, has charged officers and soldiers of the 3rd Division Nigerian Army to remain disciplined, committed, and professional, stressing that their operations in Plateau State are vital to Nigeria's national stability. He gave the charge during an operational visit to the headquarters of 3rd Division in Jos, where he addressed personnel on the evolving security situation in the state and the importance of sustained professionalism in the conduct of military duties. Lieutenant General Shaibu described the security environment on the Plateau as unique and assured troops that the operation enduring peace is being properly guided and supported to achieve its mandate. He assured them that the Army is providing essential combat enablers to ensure troops are adequately equipped, while reaffirming that personnel welfare remains a top priority and the Army headquarters will continue to provide the enabling environment for troops to do their job. And similarly, residents of the Federal Capital Territory have often called on the government to strengthen security in their communities following increase in criminal activities and growing sense of fear. But how much of awareness and how about the do's and don'ts of security measures do the people have to prevent vulnerability to crime? Onotu Yakubu in this report takes a look at the situation in the nation's capital.
On a daily basis, residents of the nation's capital reel from the impact of the harrowing experiences of rampant criminal activities orchestrated by miscreants. Thieves in the nation's capital have devised alarming new methods targeting unsuspecting residents through sophisticated scams.
Especially in our area here, Guarimpa, and other places, they are not ready to, work, but they want to enjoy, and thereby looking for any possible means to get money by all means in order to achieve their selfish desire.
Let them stand by the truth and help the poor masses. We the poor masses, you'll be going on the road, you see somebody will just tell you, give me your phone.
Then one person will may even be by the side and you say, hey, okay, hit my leg. When the driver turned down, the next person by the close to the passenger side will now pick the phone on the seat. If the person eventually leave the phone on the seat.
Across the FCT, visits to strategic locations would often reveal suspected criminals disguising as scrap collectors, going from door to door, asking for broken items in a ruse to steal.
I have been a victim of that. Very, very bad. I don't know if the government can do anything to make sure that this criminal does not exist again.
The government should, as a security agent, to look into this and to ensure that life and property are safe within our environment.
Kola Talent is the chairman, Police Community Relations Committee, PCRC Metro Area. He advocates residents' active participation in the fight against security challenges by embracing awareness about the do's and don'ts of security measures.
When you confirm, like, okay, there's a black spot here, some guys are always gathering here
things there, try and locate the nearest police around your nearest police station and report. When we have such information, we ensure that we make security available to such spots to make that place a safe haven for everyone.
Security managers and observers share this same sentiment.
The citizens have a role to play by being vigilant the kind of vehicles they enter, report suspicious movements, and even those who are on the road when they are driving notice some very unusual activities should be able to move forward and lend their support to such individuals who are victims.
Do not stand alone, be looking for a free ride, always be in the midst of other passengers, and any vehicle that is tinted, avoid it.
The residents, however, appealed to government and security managers not to get tired, but to intervene and rid off all these suspected criminals, echoing a plea for urgent action. In Abuja, Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Thank you, Onotu. And away from security matters, what is Rivers State government saying about workers' welfare? Let's get details from Dibabari in Port Harcourt.
Thank you, Abuja, and welcome to Port Harcourt. Rivers State government has commenced the renovation of the State Secretariat complex, aiming to revamp the administrative hub and in turn boost efficiency among the workforce. The project is expected to enhance the overall infrastructure and provide a conducive working environment for civil servants. Ifeoma Omesa has the details.
The State Secretariat complex remains the central engine room for the state government's efficient service delivery. How conducive the environment is also tells how much result can be achieved.
This is why the ongoing renovation of the Secretariat, which houses offices of ministries and some parastatals by the Rivers State government, is seen as key to providing the right environment for the workforce to function effectively.
And we are really happy that he's doing something like this for us. He said that he's going to renovate the State Secretariat and he's doing it.
The renovation is seen as part of efforts to modernize and upgrade facilities at the state's administrative work environment and also provides opportunity to refurbish the section affected by fire outbreak in October 2025.
With this renovation, it will bring a lot of employment.
For him to seize this opportunity to do the renovation, to make a work environment conducive for us, we are happy about it.
The Rivers State Head of Service, Dr. Yingi Brown, says the renovation is part of the broader reforms by Governor Siminalayi Fubara's administration to impact positively on the workers' welfare.
The 7th floor, you see that that place is not inhabitable by any human being. You know, when you're working in a good environment, you won't know when you walk and you won't want to stop. We are indeed delighted that His Excellency, our Governor, has deemed it fit to ensure that the Secretariat is brought back to its former glory.
While the work progresses, residents are confident that when completed, the Secretariat will not only give a facelift, but will also enhance the aesthetics of the state capital. In Port Harcourt, Ifeoma Omesa, NTA News.
The Hydrocarbon Pollution Remediation Project HYPREP has formally handed over 5 state-of-the-art ambulances to the Rivers State government. This comes as the Rivers State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Adeze Ore, alongside the HYPREP project coordinator, Professor Neni Barenizabil, conducted a high-level inspection of the Bua Cottage Hospital in Kana local government area of the state. Robinson Derataide has the details.
The atmosphere in Buan community was one of hope and anticipation as IPEP management, accompanied by the River State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Adeze Ore, inspected the 40-bed capacity Buan Cottage Hospital. The facility, which is at over 90% completion, is intended to bridge the gap in primary and secondary health care.
When kindness is administered in times of needs, they are like apples of gold in pictures of silver.
An area of need was identified, and the project coordinator has graciously today made available 5 emergency ambulances
for these hospitals.
Under the renewed hope agenda for restoring healthcare, High Prep management handed over 5 fully equipped ambulances to hospitals in Ogoniland as a strategic effort to strengthen emergency responses and referral systems.
This donation of these 5 ambulances demonstrates that High Prep's focus on supporting the health sector goes beyond equipping and furnishing of health facilities.
The donation of these ambulances is part of High Prep's comprehensive effort to strengthen public health services in communities across Eleme, Tai, Gokana, and Kana local government areas. This effort includes the ongoing public health study conducted by the International Agency for Research on Cancer of the World Health Organization.
High Prep is employing a holistic approach to the Ogoni cleanup project by integrating environmental remediation with critical social infrastructure, livelihood, and healthcare delivery. From Kana, Robinson Daratede, NTA News.
And that does it from Port Harcourt. The news will continue in Maiduguri after the break. Stay tuned.
Hope you are still on to Nationwide. The news now continues in Maiduguri, and we shall begin with issues that have to do with politics. The All Progressives Congress, APC, has commenced its nationwide constitutional amendment process with the Northeast Zonal Constitutional Amendment meeting held at the Borno State Hotels, Maiduguri. The exercise is aimed at strengthening internal democracy within the party and ensuring that its structures remain responsive to contemporary political and governance realities. Here is Pauline Kujivana with the rest of the story.
APC. The meeting brought together governors, party leaders, lawmakers, and key stakeholders from the 6 Northeast states. Participants reviewed strides by APC government and critical sections of the party's constitution, made submissions on areas requiring reform, and proposed amendments to promote inclusiveness, transparency, effective dispute resolution, and stronger grassroots participation.
We remain deeply appreciative of Mr. President for his purposeful leadership and pragmatic policy initiatives, which are deliberately geared towards fulfilling the yearnings and aspirations of the ruling APC and delivering tangible dividends of democracy to the populace.
It was time to have a closer look at the APC constitution with a view to make it more inclusive to accommodate various interests. So also dispute resolution mechanisms to address internal conflicts. The review also opens rooms for defining and articulating the party's ideology and values.
In anticipation that we are going to have a more inclusive and gender-friendly constitution in our party APC.
The forum also provided members with the opportunity to freely air concerns and contribute to shaping the party's future direction ahead of forthcoming electoral cycles, where it was cautioned that all acts capable of tarnishing the image of the party at ward, state and national levels be avoided. Overall, the zonal meeting reaffirmed the APC's commitment to consultation, unity and institutional reform in the Northeast Zone. In Maiduguri, Pauline Kujevana, NTA News.
Away from politics now to tell you that Borno State government has commenced assessment of conflict-affected communities in Bama local government area as part of efforts to facilitate the return of displaced residents, with the chairman of the Bama Reconstruction Committee, Lawan Abba Kilby, leading an inspection tour of Kumshe, Tarmua and Mayanti communities. Here again is Pauline Kujivana with the rest of the story.
The Commissioner of Education, who doubled as chairman Bama Reconstruction Committee, Lawan Abba Kilby, undertook the reassessment tour of Kumshe town of Bama, ensuring that work is moving as expected ahead of the resettlement of the community's refugees.
We'll go and deploy bulldozers. Then we'll make provision for 1,000 tents. 1,000 tents is like 1,000 households, approximately 4,000 people. If they settle, then we start phase by phase repair of that community.
The tour continues to Tarmua town, where the delegation inspected ongoing reconstruction works, assessing what needs to be done to ensure construction activities resume without delay. Residents recall that security concerns forced a suspension of the work. Borno state government had reconstructed 1,000 rooms and begun rehabilitating large sections of the town, efforts that raised hopes for a fresh start. Wakilbi also inspected the completed 450 housing units in Banki, supported by UNHCR, as well as the ongoing Borno state government 500 housing project in Mianti. Accompanying the chairman on the tour were the committee secretary Guja Bukar, alongside Karimi Babakura, Mohamed Tijani, Africana, Mohamed Shehu Umar, and senior special assistants on security to Governor Zulum Abakolo. As the team moved from site to site, rebuilding communities is not just about infrastructure, but restoring dignity, safety, and the possibility of a normal life for families longing to return home. In Maiduguri, Pauline Kujevana, NTA News.
Very well, Pauline. It's now time to return to Ogo in Abuja for other news of the day. Do enjoy the rest of the evening.
And you too, Abubakar, enjoy the rest of the evening. Traders at the Kubo furniture markets in the Federal Capital Territory are counting their losses after a fire outbreak which destroyed several shops. Hakimat Aliu reports from the scene of the incident, which has drawn sympathy visits.
The incident was said to have occurred in the early hours of Sunday morning, destroying wooden furniture, tools and other valuable items at the Kubo furniture market.
Around 8 a.m., we were called that fire incident occurred in this market, which we don't even know the cause of it.
We cannot immediately now quantify the loss here because the loss is much. There are some of our colleagues whose shops are burned that they are not even around now.
There's a lot of money damages, machines, equipment, and a lot of property that are damaged.
If not because of the response from the fire service fighter, this matter will have been more devastating more than what you see here.
Although no life was lost, many traders say they have lost their only means of livelihood to the inferno. This is not the first time such an incident is happening in the market. A similar fire outbreak was recorded last year, which also destroyed several shops and properties. The incident has left many traders worried about their future, which calls on government and relevant authorities to come to their aid. In Abuja, Hakimat Ali.
The traditional institution is being urged to play its role in societal development, especially in enhancing security at the grassroots level. This call was made during a courtesy visit by the Sardauna Memorial Foundation to the Emir of Dutse. Correspondent Awal Mohammed Kazauri reports.
Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Sardauna Memorial Foundation, Dr. Babangida Aliyu, said addressing the challenges facing northern Nigeria requires an active participation of traditional rulers who enjoy the trust and confidence of their people. He explained that the visit was part of the foundation's annual activities marking the anniversary of the demise of late Premier of northern Nigeria, Sir Ahmadu Bello, whose legacies the foundation continues to promote among younger generations.
Within 24 hours, every emir, if he wants to know, he will know what is happening in his emirate. So we believe that they must be utilized properly. They must be given the opportunity to work for the people.
Responding, the Emir of Dutse, Alhaji Hamim Nuhu Sanusi, thanked the delegation and stressed the need to prioritize education, noting that issues such as poverty and insecurity can be tackled through proper education. The Emir called on stakeholders and well-meaning individuals to complement government effort to ensure every child, regardless of background or gender, has access to education. In Dutse, Awal Muhammad Kazauri, NTA News.
It's the season of Wasa celebration, and in a renewed show of commitment to protecting the nation and strengthening unity within its ranks, the Nigerian Army has hosted a colorful joint West Africa social activities Wasa celebration for Depot Nigerian Army Oshogbo and the Engineer Construction Command Ede in Osun State. Correspondent Femi Afariogo reports that the rich culture of Nigeria was displayed by the soldiers.
The West African Social Activities is an annual event organized by the Nigerian Army to celebrate the diverse rich cultural heritage of Nigeria. The event featured a colorful cultural display from various tribes across the country. Governor Abu Kefas of Taraba State, represented by his Chief of Staff, J.G. Williams, acknowledged the efforts of the Nigerian Army and charged them to do more in addressing the nation's security challenges.
Your contribution to the security of the state is here being appreciated, and he urges you to continue to play your role in the state.
They symbolize the unity that can be achieved through mutual respect, tolerance, and shared experiences. In celebrating our diversity, we strengthen our cooperation and reaffirm our belief that unity in diversity remains the cornerstone of our strength as a military institution.
Highlights of the event was a presentation of awards to soldiers who distinguished themselves in the past year and the lighting of bonfire, which showcases the conclusion of the year's activities. In Jalingo, Awwal Abdullahi, NTA.
And sports update with Olumide Eguntola is next.
We begin with chess. 23-year-old Toluwani Okemakinde from Ogun State is the champion of the first Benin Under-20 Rapid Chess Tournament. Gabriel Osage from Benin reports that the tournament featured 69 registered players across Nigeria in 11 rounds of contests.
We want this to be happening all the time if it's possible. So what will inspire me to be here is first to promote chess.
I feel good. It's the first tournament for the year and I came out with a win. So it feels good.
In another development, as the 2026 sport activities commence for academies in Lagos, ex-international Amarachi Ezia Bazili is calling on stakeholders to create more awareness about cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, among sportsmen and women, especially the younger generation, to reduce rate of avoidable death, both on and off the pitch of play.
Some players slumps inside the field, lack of knowledge of how to proceed to help them will record some deaths that are not supposed to happen.
Interlock your finger, that's for the adults, one on top of the other, using the heel of your palm. Now start compressing on the chest.
In the Nigerian Women Football League, action continues Wednesday as Peseta Queens of Oyo State play away to Edo Queens in one of the midweek matches at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium. From the UEFA Champions League, European football powerhouses Arsenal and Inter Milan will clash Tuesday night for the first time since 2024 on March the 7th at the San Siro in Milan, Italy. Real Madrid takes on AS Monaco, while Olympiacos lock arms with Bayer Leverkusen, among other matches. With sports update, Olumide Eguntola, NTA News.
The Sultan of Sokoto and President General of the Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, His Eminence Muhammad Sa'ad Abubakar, has received the news of the demise of Sheikh Muhammad Bashir Imam Soli, Chief Imam of Ilorin. In a statement by his media team, the Sultan described the late Imam as a great scholar who dedicated his life to the service of Allah, humanity, and by extension, the Muslim Ummah. The Sultanate also expressed his condolences to the Emir of Ilorin, the Kwara State government, and the immediate family of the late Islamic cleric. All right, and that's Nationwide today. Many thanks for watching. Do have a very good evening.